challenger. And one from the champ.
Oh,
that's it.
I would have won the bet.
We're bringing nothing but the best knockouts for this video, a collection of KOs that leave us with a chill up our spine every time we watch them. From the kicks and punches to the knees, elbows, and everything in between, here are some tremendous knockout blows that should have been censored on camera. This spinning hook kick was so perfect, it almost looked fake. The speed at which it was thrown was one thing, but the connection of foot to face couldn't have been cleaner, and the impact simply devastating. An instant knockout shot that came at its target like a baseball bat, flinging the chin upwards in one supremely painful looking motion. You'd be hard-pressed to find more effective use of this technique anywhere in combat sports, but we're just getting started.
He bit on the soft kick and spun around, pow! And that's what you do.
There's going to be a lot of fancy stuff in this video, but for our money, a good, clean roundhouse kick to the head just has a certain charm to it. And the legendary Andy Sauer put this on show when he faked low and went high with dramatic results. Facing Mike Zambides, it was clear that Sauer was on the up when the finish came, and his killer instinct found the perfect shot to close the night out. The question of which martial art would beat another comes down to a wide range of factors. The skill of the contestants, their physical talents, age, technique, a bit of luck. So when this capoeira expert managed to score a beautiful heel kick KO over a wrestling expert, no, it doesn't mean that one form is better than the other. But damn, was that a nice looking shot. When you can kick this good, who needs takedown defense, huh? Even in a sport as diverse with weapons as Muay Thai, there's nothing quite like seeing a deftly fired off combo with the hands. And for this next one, the boxing skills were on full display, as the jab set up a superb uppercut that resulted in one haymaker of a left straight to close the show. Some ferocious punching on display here, folks, and this combo's poor victim was left totally out as a result.
Knocks out segment knee with one punch!
Sometimes Israel Adesanya's punches look so accurate and so well timed that it doesn't seem like there's any power needed to knock his opponent out. And after stunning his adversary with a jab here, Izzy moves in for the kill, eventually finding a clean shovel-style uppercut left that sent his opponent packing. A clinical piece of striking from the last style bender that is as good as any highlight he went on to achieve in his newer home of mixed martial arts.
Sitting from the southpaw uppercut and the eye.
But we couldn't talk about Israel Adesanya and not give mention to Alex Pereira as well. Where Izzy relies on his speed and accuracy, Alex, who still has both of those things, possesses a level of power that makes him a different animal entirely. And for this buzzer beater that closed out the round, Pereira's signature left hook was on full display. A one-shot, one-kill kind of punch that required zero follow-up. As infamous a weapon as any in combat sports today.
No, his nose is already bleeding. And a left hook right at the bell.
Sometimes you don't need a clean connection to put out your opponent's lights, especially if you front flip into a rolling thunder-style crescent kick and whack your target in the head with it. And for this fighter, who seems to identify as a Tai Chi fighter, that's exactly what happened. Although we're not sure if you're going to learn this technique and its movements in your Sunday Tai Chi class, a violent piece of KO action all the same. This was just one of those strange taekwondo kicks that looks almost odd on first watch. The strange angle that saw the head kick hit its target high. The results were pretty clearly devastating though. And when you notice how the red fighter hopped into range, nailing his unsuspecting opponent before he had a chance to react, it really puts its genius into perspective. A clean shot and a worthy addition to our list. So much can happen in such a short space of time when it comes to Taekwondo, and for this next clip, a highly telegraphed spin was used as a setup for a wild tornado kick, an extension on the original motion that caught this dude napping. The reach on this sequence was pretty long though, so I guess he was out of range. Well, as it turned out, his overconfidence was his downfall, and the way he hit the canvas, just plain nasty.
Perfect timing and ahead of Olympia. Oh!
I see he's counting down.
This back and forth brawl saw both of its fighters score a knockdown on the other in very quick succession. But despite all the flying knees and clinical setups that had taken place, all it took was one superbly timed straight right to bring it all crashing down. It was a shot so precise and clean that you needed to see the replay to really appreciate just how accurate this was. A shot directly to the sweet spot if ever we saw one.
They're all begging. There you go then. Boom, down he goes. Wow. I tell you.
Mikuru Asakura has done quite a good job for himself in becoming a major star for Rizin in recent years. Alongside his brother Kai, the pair have almost become something of a Japanese answer to the Diaz brothers. But just like Nick and Nate's success, it all matters for nothing if you can't fight. And in this clip, Asakura proves his skill level, setting up a head kick with a huge punch before then tagging his victim once more with a shot on the way down. Brutal. If you know anything about Francisco Filo, you'll know he's not a fighter to be trifled with. And if you've even heard of his opponent here, Ernesto Hoost, you'll be aware of how good a KO this is. Hoost is a legend in his own right, but he was swatted around by Filo during this KO sequence like he wasn't even there. Eventually, he stiffened like a board and dropped to the canvas. A gnarly piece of violence from Francisco Filo. When Taekwondo fighters engage in a wild back and forth, it's truly a sight to behold. And in this case, just at the moment it started to look a little sloppy, that's when one of these fighters uncorked their fight-ending spinning back kick. Taking advantage of the chaos and finding your composure is the hallmark of a devastating finisher. And for this guy, he lured his target into a brawl and then punished him for his lack of defense. The elbow is such a lethal part of any Muay Thai practitioner's arsenal. And given just how dense and powerful an elbow is physically, it doesn't even need too much range or motion to be dangerous. And that's exactly how this one played out, as a short elbow up close provided all the power necessary to end its victim's night right then and there. Mastery of elbow strikes can make fighting against you a total nightmare, and this guy showcased that to its fullest. There are few fighters in the history of kickboxing and MMA more beloved than Mark Hunt. Known for his insane resilience and devastating knockout power, the Super Samoan had one hell of a career when all was said and done. And for this entry, you can just see his ferocity on display as he hammers at his opponent with shot after shot until the defenses eventually crack and they fall. Not much finesse here, just pure ungodly punching power. If you need proof that Alex Pereira isn't just a left hand, well, this next one will do the trick. Okay, we know that most people are more than aware of Pereira's talents with all of his limbs and his knees and elbows, but this right-hand shot deserves to be identified as such. He finds his opening with a laser-like precision and delivers this nuclear right hand over the top to catch his man clean on the side of the head.
Round knockout of Alex Pereira, and that's pretty much all we need to see.
Yeah, that was that right.
A big, mean overhand right comes in next, as this fighter's night ended in an instant. Not every boxer has a clean overhand shot in their arsenal, but the ones who do can pull out this haymaker at any stage, and with it, put your lights out before you know what hit you. It's the ultimate walk-off KO shot, used to perfection here with violent consequences.
You see, Mark, look down the little fight before it. Distracted him.
When you've got technique as clean as this next one, it can make your arm look more like a whip than a closed fist. And this piece of left hook magic showcased some real technical fluidity, as this Muay Thai fighter sent his opponent to the shadow realm with a shot that has to be among the fastest we've featured on this channel. Incredible accuracy, timing, and speed all displayed.
Spin and look at that, blocks it with his forehead and then eats the second one.
Not all punches are made equal, and though we've seen double knockdowns and even double knockouts in the past, when these two punches landed, one of them clearly was delivered with more force, but both guys were still knocked off their feet. However, it doesn't take a genius to pick out which one of these fighters was the more powerful of the two. The difference in reactions was pretty insane. A uniquely weird KO highlight of that, there's little doubt.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Nikos Kidakos with a straight right hand.
We're setting the bar pretty high for head kicks here, we know. But this roundhouse from a Wushu Sanda event was just too nasty to ignore. The kick bounced off the dome, but enough impact was made to score the KO. And you just know when your opponent falls face first onto the mat, it's not good. There's no fighting through that kind of head kick, that's for sure. A painful looking piece of KO artistry. This Muay Thai highlight was just one hell of a well-timed, well-placed, and undeniably clean head kick. The connection was painfully loud as well. A sharp slap from the impact, a sound that any fight fan knows well at this point. Overall, it was simple, yes, but remains a 10 out of 10 as far as the whole head kick package is concerned, which for a bunch of fight fans like us makes it worthy of our list. Side kicks don't often land like this one did. In fact, this Wushu Sanda KO seems like something out of the WWE superstar Shawn Michaels' own handbook. A very clean and pretty piece of sweet chin music that quite literally came out of nowhere. These guys were exchanging body shots and then bang! It was all over. Extra points for creativity, of course, but even still, there's no denying that this was a supremely powerful kick. No frills on this one, just one massive left hook from this karateka to its target. The setup here was minimal, but man, you gotta love the execution. The hook was a stiff, powerful shot that put its target to bed instantly. We've seen a lot of finesse in this video, but this one right here is a display of glorious, glorious power. And for us, sometimes you need a knockout like this between all the pretty ones to break it up. And finally, we come to a knockout that is not only the most outlandish piece of kicking you'll see on this list, but there's an argument to be made that it's one of the craziest knockouts to have ever taken place in a cage, ring, octagon, anything. The setup was just as intricate as you might expect from a capoeira practitioner, but this is one of those KOs that surely made many people who watched it want to learn the ancient Brazilian fighting style. A legendary viral clip that is worthy of its top position here.